Hi, welcome to Pilates Express. 30 minutes. You're going to need a resistance band. Any amount of resistance is great. And it, as always, is optional. And handheld weights. And also this setup is a mat sandwich, but you don't have to have this. It is one mat with a blanket in between. It's a blanket in between two yoga mats. But you could always use a mat and a blanket when we go down to the ground for a little rolling series. So we'll start off at the top of the mat, grabbing onto your resistance band. And some of this could also be done with two handheld weights. And you're going to stand with the feet about sits bones width apart. And hold on to the band where you have some kind of resistance. You may want to grab onto the ends and wrap it around. So you have some resistance in between the hands, and keeping the arms straight, pull the band out to the side without the ribs popping out. And do that a couple times until you find a placement of your hands with a happy amount of resistance for you. Okay, we'll keep the band out in front, and we'll do some lunges here, stepping the right foot back and bend the back knee. Press to the left heel and come back on up. Do that 4 more times. Just kind of feeling our way into our standing pose here. Our standing poses. Rooting down through the ground to rise back on up. Let's do 1 more time. Keeping that right leg bent. You could spin the back heel flat or keep the back heel up to the sky and then pull apart and back in. 4 more times. Own breath. Nice, soft face, soft point of focus. Activating the muscles of the upper back. And after your last round, press down, come back up and release your arms. Other side. So make sure you're pressing through the right foot. Reach the arms, extend out, shoulder blades onto your back. And step the left foot back. And stand up. About 4 more times here. Pressing through that front heel. Right, as fast or slow as you like. And let's meet with the left foot back and pull the band apart and center. Pull and center. Straightening your elbows. 2 more times. Amazing. And then bring it back up to center. Release the band, grabbing onto your weights, whatever resistance you like. Again, pelvis width apart, palms facing forward, and some bicep curls here. About 8 here. 8 bicep curls. Making sure you're pressing down through the heels and the bottom fibers of your glutes are engaged. And let's bring it to center. Arms to the side, palms facing in. Keep pressing down through the right foot and begin to lean the upper body forward as you float the left leg back and extend your arms out to the sides. Press through the foot and softness of the left knee forward. Do that 4 more times. Own breath. So imagine that you still have that tension of the band in between your hands as you move through this exercise. 1 more. And come back up to center. Shake it out. At any time, you could also use a band underneath as an option if you don't have weights. Underneath the sole of the standing leg and bring your arms out to the side. That's also an option. I'm going to use the weights again on the other side. And again, weights are always optional. Let's first do bicep curls. Palms face forward and bicep curl here. Make sure there isn't any swinging in the pelvis and the chest. For another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms to the side, palms face in. Left leg is the standing leg. As the right leg floats back, reach and extend your wings. Come back on up to center. Soft right knee forward. 4 more times. And 3. And 2. And 1. Slowly release and bring it to center. Weights for the band. Shoulder flossing, arms overhead, palms forward. And again, placing the hands where you still maintain tension on the band and squeeze your elbows straight. And as we do that, pull the band apart, keep the arms straight, elbows straight as you lower the band behind you. And lift back on up, lower in front. Do that 5 more times. Keep rooting down through the heels and lifting up through the crown of the head. Right, making sure this movement comes from like the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And 1 more. And let's meet with the band overhead. Again, maintaining, you may have to bring the hands a little bit closer together, maintaining some kind of tautness in between your hands, and pressing down through the feet as if you are moving in between 2 panes of glass to the right. Come back on up and to the left. Center. To the right. This time let the hips go to the left and center. And a couple more times. Side to side. And 1 more. And bring yourself up to center and lower the band. Onto your knees now, so to kneeling. And let's grab onto the weights. And as you grab onto the weights, you're going to reach the weights overhead. Okay, overhead, and the heads of the dumbbells press into each other. Okay, and then press down through the tops of your feet and shins and knees. Lift the frontal hip points, and very similar to what we just did standing with the band, leaning to the right, and come back on up. Leaning to the left, back on up. 2 more times. Each direction, pressing the weights in towards each other, and up, and 1 more time. Coming back on up, and release the weights to the side. We're going to use 1 weight in the right hand. We're going to lean to the side and bringing awareness to the lengthening of the left side of the body and the shortening. So as we allow the weight to lead us down to the right, you're lengthening through the left side of the body, maintaining that awareness as you begin to shorten the left side of your body to come back on up to center. Do that 3 more times, lowering down. And shorten the left side back up. A couple more times, lower down. And with awareness, shorten the left side of the body and back up. 2 more times, lower down. And up. 1 more time. Allow the weight to pull you down to the right and the left side of the body to lift you up. Switching sides. Actually, let's keep the weight in your right hand. We'll come on to our hands and knees before we switch sides. So knees slightly behind the hips, belly and ribs in. The knees, tops of the feet press down, and left hand presses down, and reach with or without the weight, right arm out to the side, and breathe here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release down. We'll do that 2 more times with or without the weight. You may decide this time not to use the weight. Right arm out to the side. Breathing here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. 1 more time again, with or without the weight. Whatever's fair and friendly for your body today. Reach it out to the side for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully releasing. Coming up onto your knees again. Hold on to the weight in your left hand and allow the weight to lean you on over and down to the left side. So you're lengthening the right side of your body, and to come back on up, contract, shorten the right side of the body, find your center. 4 more times, lowering down and lifting up. 3 more, really bringing awareness to lengthening and shortening the right side of your body. There is an element of contraction, of support, as you lower the weight to the left. The right side contracts to maintain stability, to come all the way back on up to center. 1 more time, lowering down, and make your way on up. Hands and knees here, with or without the weight. And then lift the weight to the left and breathe here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Again, with or without the weight. Lift the weight to the left. Breathe here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. 1 more time. Belly and ribs soften away from the back, from the mat to the back body. And reach left arm out for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Weight to the side, move in any way that feels good to you. And let's make our way onto our backs. So grabbing onto your resistance band, and we'll do some bridging with some upper body work. Lie down on your back, knees bent, feet about inner hip width distance apart, or wherever your feet are comfortable for bridge. And again, creating some kind of resistance in between your hands, shoulder blades on the ground, squeeze your elbows straight. Go lift the hips up and keep those straight arms, pull the band apart so that the pinky side of your hands are reaching towards the ground. And then slowly lower down. Lift the hips, pull the band apart, and release. Hips down, knuckles towards the sky. About 6 more times like that. Rhythm of your own breath. Pressing through the heels as you lift your pelvis. Make sure you're using the sitting bones or activating, awakening the muscles around your sitting bones so that you're lifting your hips from the glutes and that you're not leading this movement from your ribs. Let's do about 2 more. You're pressing to the outline of your feet as you pull the band apart. And let's meet center. This time, keep the hips down. We'll bend the elbows to the ground. So you're gonna still pull the band apart, but elbows wide to the ground, and then pinky side to the ground as you lengthen the strap some more. Then bend the elbows mindfully. So you're resisting, slingshotting back to center, straighten the arms, knuckles to the sky. Couple more times. Bend the elbows wide, elbows to the ground, pinky side towards the ground. Bring it back on up, slowly bending the elbows and shoulder blades on the ground, straighten the arms to the sky. Do that 4 to 5 more times, rhythm of your own breath. Keeping your face and your jaw relaxed. Right, pulling the band apart, slowly bending the elbows again, and reaching up. A couple more times like that. Bend the elbows wide, pinkies towards the ground. Bending the elbows, lift up. 1 more time. Elbows on the ground, pinkies to the ground. Bend the elbows again, and reach up. And slowly releasing. Okay, grabbing onto your weights. And keep your knees bent and reach your knuckles to the sky, palms facing in towards each other. Squeeze your elbows straight, shoulder blades on the ground. We'll do like a little scissor action with our arms. So right arm reaches overhead and left arm reaches forward. And keep alternating there. Belly and ribs in best you can. Scoop in the belly and keeping your arms straight. Another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it to center and straighten your legs. Awareness of your core. Reach your right arm overhead, long arm bone. And as you exhale, left leg will lift and reaching your right arm forward. And again, right arm reaches overhead, left leg lowers. And exhale, lift up. And doing that one more time. Now you could keep with this one, or if you want a little extra sensation, you could curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and reach up and lower down. 5 more times. 5, 4, long arm bones, long leg bones. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, both weights reaching overhead. And now left arm lifts overhead. And exhale, right leg lifts, left arm reaches up and forward. 2 more times like that. And the exhale, you're lifting the right leg and the left arm. Now keep with that variation, or curl your head, neck, and shoulders up as you curl up to meet into the direction, towards the direction of your right leg. Let's do 3 more like that. For another 3, 2, you got this, and 1. Slowly releasing. Both weights facing up to the sky, palms facing forward, and then lower your arms overhead. Flex your ankles, and we're gonna roll up. So first, lift the arms and head peeks to the window to curl and roll up and reach forward towards your feet. Now lower the weights down for a little bit and hold on to your feet or your shins, like you're rounding, you're curling forward. Belly and ribs soften away from your thighs. Reconnect with your breath. And slowly release. You're gonna hold on to your weights and slide on up into a stacked spine. Reach the weights forward, palms down, and roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulder blades onto the ground, and lower your arms overhead. Now bend your knees, and the weights are gonna be there to weight your hands down. You could either come into a tabletop position here or straighten your legs to the sky. So allow your hands to be weighted to the ground, belly and ribs down, and lift your tailbone just ever so slightly. Keep repeating that. Very subtle, tapping into the subtle power. And if that feels okay for you and you want to explore more, you can do a rollover. So as you lift your tailbone up, reach and lift your hips as you reach your legs back. Keep reaching your legs back. Hands maintain their weight as you roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Again, inhale. As you exhale, lift the tailbone, roll over, and then slowly lower down. But keep reaching your feet back, arms back, hands are weighted to the ground. Do that 3 more times, rhythm of your own breath. Lift your tailbone and lower, or lift your tailbone and roll over. And then roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Again, a couple more times, lifting, rolling over, rhythm of your own breath. Belly and ribs soften towards the back body through the movement. 1 more. Right? If you're not doing the rollover, you can keep exploring lifting the tailbone. And we'll meet center. Bend the knees, feet to the ground, and extend your legs forward. Rolling up again, lifting the weights up, peek through the window, curling up, sitting bones to heels, reach forward, and lower the weights down, coming into another forward fold here. And slowly make your way on up. Let's grab onto the TheraBand, the resistance band. I'm going to take it around the band, around the sole of your right foot, about the middle or the ball of the foot. Then cross the band and place your hand somewhere where we have resistance. As you bend your elbows, lift your right leg and roll it down one vertebrae at a time until the shoulder blades come down, head down, and elbows down to the ground. And we're going to use the band to inform our movement here. So bring your right leg to the left just a little bit and leg circles here. 3 times, as small or big circles as you like. After the 3rd round, we're going to curl up. So tuck your chin, press your foot into the band. Use the band to help inform the direction of lifting up. We'll do that 2 more times. So lift the right leg, belly and ribs in, rolling it on down. Elbows on the ground. I like to use a lot of resistance, so I'm going to walk my hands higher up. And then right leg to the left, circle 3 times, best you can, little to no movement in the pelvis and the torso. So use your core to help stabilize. And then we'll lift back on up, curl the head up, reach forward, stack the spine, and sit tall. 1 more time, lift the right leg up, rolling it down as mindfully as you can. Cross to the left, circle 3 times. Rhythm of your own breath. And after your last round, curl up. I like to use the band to help lift me back up, accepting that support, and slowly releasing. And let's switch sides. Band around your left foot. Cross at the band. And as you cross at the band, find your resistance, lift your left leg, and roll it on down. As mindfully as you can. This side might be really different. Left leg up to the sky, cross to the right. Leg circles, little to no movement in your pelvis and your torso. And then curl it up. This is where I like to have a little extra resistance. So I'm going to add a little bit more by walking my hands forward. Lift and lengthen the leg as you roll down through the spine, elbows to the ground, to the right, and circle. 3 times. As you circle, core awareness, curl it up, reaching the ball of your left foot into the strap to help lift you on up to sitting tall. 1 more time. Lift and lengthen the left leg. Roll it down. Lift. Softness in the face as you maintain stability in your core. And we'll curl it on up. Roll it up as you reach long leg bones, curling head, neck, and shoulders up to seated. Slowly releasing. Come on to your belly, and we'll have the band in front of us. And like we did for shoulder flossing, palms facing down. Onto your belly, forehead to the ground. Tops of the feet pressed down throughout the movement. And again, hands will be wide. And press the pubic bone down. Let the frontal hip points lift away from the ground. Squeeze your elbows towards straight. And then lift your arms away from the ground. Lift your face. And then pull the band apart, elbows straight, and reach the band behind you towards your bottom. and towards the front again, and lower down. Right. If it's too much for you to lift the arms or use the band, arms to the side, or do a variation of swan or cobra, we'll do that about 6 more times. So lift the arms, lift your face, pull the band apart, reach it towards your hips, lift it back up, and lower down. About 4 to 5 more times. Lift the face, pull the band apart, and reach towards your hips, and then lower down. About 3 to 4 more times, rhythm of your own breath. Again, be mindful through the movement that you are pressing the pubic bone down, and think of lengthening rather than lifting. So often, especially in these kind of movements, in this kind of shape, less is more. Again, rhythm of your own breath. Squeezing the elbows towards straight. Waking up our back bodies, having our own backs. And last round. And then slowly releasing. Make your way into child's pose. You can move in any way that feels good to you. On the way there, wiggle the hips, bringing the hips back. Rock your forehead side to side. And slowly make your way to a seat, cross-legged. Put on my sweatshirt. We'll take a short but sweet side body stretch. Let's walk our right hand to the right, bend the elbow towards the ground if that's accessible to you, and reach your left arm overhead. And the gaze could be down or sideways. Inhale, fill up, expand. As you exhale, reach the left arm up and to the left to bring you back on up. And we'll switch sides, left hand to the left, bend the left elbow to the ground if that's accessible to you. Reach the right arm up, look down or forward. Breathe into the side seam of your body. Fill on up, inhale. And as you exhale, right arm reaches up and to the right, coming to seated. Nice job today. That's our quick Pilates Express. Feel good. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Hope to see you next time. Bye.